they shine so bright, you might go blind, blind, blind.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Finance Blog for you. On this channel, we talk about studying abroad and finance related topics. In today's episode, I have a very special guest with me, and I'll let this special guest introduce himself, where we'll be talking about some of the tips, some golden nuggets about studying and working abroad. So the main focus is going to be in Germany because that's where he did his masters and he's also working at the moment. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video.
Okay, thank you very much, Ernest, for inviting me to the finance blog for you. I'm happy to be here and for us to discuss, because I think this is just a discussion.
Yeah, for sure.
And by way of introduction, my name is Stanley Kelesi Kele. I'm originally Cameroonian. It will interest you to know that I have lived in Ghana for some time, and that is where I adopted the name Yao. And then after I lived in Ghana, I moved back to Cameroon because I studied in Ghana. I did my bachelor's in Ghana, and then I moved back to Cameroon, worked for some time, and then I moved to Germany for my master's. In addition to my name, you can hear Senator.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can hear people call me Senator.
lovely.
We can talk about that in another video. Yeah,
Definitely.
but that is who I am. I am a biomedical engineer
Oh,
living and working in Germany. Yeah.
amazing stuff. Yeah. So thank you very much, Stanley, for honoring our invitation and coming on this channel. We are very happy to have you here today. And I understand you'll be sharing insights about, some of the uh, preconception or some of the wrong, perception people have about studying and then working abroad. So you'll be demystifying some of the hearsay or some of the myths that people have. So I know you're gonna do a fantastic and great job. So thank you very much. And without much ado, let's dive right into the video. So my first question would be, what are some of the things you wish you knew before traveling to Germany?
And as I must say, that is an interesting question because a lot of people, including myself,
Yeah.
moved to Germany with little or no information. But
Wow.
the first thing I will tell you that if somebody told me before I came to Germany, I would have been more than prepared, was the fact that German bureaucracy
Yeah.
is another level,
Wow.
I must tell you. Bureaucracy in Germany is something that sometimes I feel that it is in their DNA. They
Yeah.
practice it. And no matter how much you try to push in for anything in any office in Germany, it is going to take its due course. This might be very long.
Yeah.
So German bureaucracy is something that I really wish I had known. Not that I could change anything if I had known it,
Mm-hmm.
but it would have prepared myself more to know what I am going to face when I move to Germany. So that is one top thing I will share with you that I really wish I had known before moving to Germany.
Oh wow. Yeah. I've experienced it, so I know what you are talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. In
yeah,
terms of German bureaucracy and all that, yeah. The simplest thing can take like forever. So I
yes,
really understand where you are coming from. So thank
yeah.
you so much for delving into that.
And
So
to
yeah.
note that you have to make copies of every document and
Mhm.
make sure that you carry the originals of all your documents, because when you send them to any office, be sure they might ask for them several times, and you have to give the same documents over and over. And if
Okay.
finally you are invited for what they call Gespräch, that is interview,
Yeah.
you have to come along with the originals for them to
Wow.
see and testify that truly these are your documents and they
Oh,
are
okay.
true.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Thank you very much. I think this is a really good tips that people can benefit from, because for all a lot of people they don't really know that you need to have copies, like real copies of the document.
Oh yeah,
So thank you very much, Stanley.
you're welcome.
And my next question would be: is it mandatory or necessary for someone to speak German or Deutsch to study and work in Germany? Because there's so many people who have that idea or that perception that you need to have like maybe C2 level of German to work and live in Germany, those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So do you think,
Um,
yeah,
the immediate answer I will give you is no.
okay,
Yes. If you are doing an English taught program,
yeah,
you don't necessarily need German,
okay,
right? I came in for an English taught master's. So I can assure you that my first year in Germany, I knew almost nothing. But then, this is in terms of education. But remember that you are living in a society,
yeah,
in a community. So you need the language to be able to survive. So professionally, you might survive, you might live without German, but it is also important. So you can come here and study as an English person without needing German. But remember that when you go out to the community, you're going to meet people and they
that's
have to interact with you. So they will be speaking to you in German. And again, I should add that when you speak German to a German, no matter how bad it is, the support you are going to get is going to be better than if you were speaking only English. So
okay,
there is an advantage
yeah,
to speaking German, to knowing at least basic German before you come here. But you could also survive without German if you are in an English taught program or if you are working for an English company. But
okay.
then in the society, you need the German.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, I totally agree with what you are saying, because for me, I did a bit of German in Ghana before I moved to Germany. So
Oh,
when
well.
it really, really helped. It was just A1, A2 by the way. It wasn't like advanced Deutsch, but it definitely did help me, because I quite remember if we are going to the bank or something, my colleagues will be relying on me. Me that my German is that bad.
Yeah.
Go in and say, "Good morning, this." I mean, if they see you that you are making an effort, then they
Yeah.
are more willing to help you.
They are
But
supportive. Yeah.
if you are not making any effort, then even people who understand English will be like, "I'm sorry, I don't speak any English."
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. I can testify. I can attest to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So definitely, I think if you didn't get the opportunity to learn it, then once you arrive in Germany, I think you need to try as much as possible to at least add,
Exactly.
a bit of.
Exactly. Because basically in Germany, even if you don't know German, it is expected that you should be able to walk into a supermarket and buy something without
Yeah,
any support.
of course.
That is very important.
Okay,
So, yeah. Yeah.
lovely. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome.
I'm fully aware you did your master's in Germany.
Yeah.
So could you tell us any hidden challenges? Sometimes people paint like a good picture, is all rosy, all cruisy, everything is all good. So can you tell us some of the challenges, so that if someone is out there and they are contemplating whether to come to Germany, at least they have a bit of information on that.
Um, that is another interesting one because I can tell you that Germans are very reserved people.
Okay.
They can be friendly, they are
Yeah.
friendly, but they are very reserved. So at first, it is a little more challenging breaking into their community. Remember that most people here you find who call themselves friends started their friendship from probably kindergarten
Yeah.
and they grew older in the friendship. So they grew up in the friendship. Yeah, just to come in and say that, yeah, when I was planning to come to Germany, I had little or no information. First of all, my decision was within a short time, so I
Yeah.
didn't do a lot of background work. And so I was, let me say, unfortunate to choose
Mm,
my school in Baden-Württemberg, where
yeah.
it's fee paying.
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
to pay a fee.
Yeah.
And knowing that there are other Africans who are enjoying this free education, but then I already made the choice. So yeah,
Definitely. Oh yeah.
so that is a benefit of studying in Germany, free education. Yeah,
For sure. Yeah. So information is very, very key. That's why
exactly,
if you don't know, you don't know. Yeah. So
exactly. Yeah,
that's why we've decided to create this channel, share information. I mean, the little we know, it might help someone out
yeah,
there. So
sure,
that's
sure,
and guys, Stanley also has a channel on YouTube. So we'll put the link in the description box so that you guys can, have a look where he talks a lot about, some of the misconception people have about studying abroad, living abroad, and all that. So it's a very
sure.
interesting. So guys, go and follow him. Go and subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you
Thank
can do to
you.
support a brother. So that he can really, provide you very qualitative information. Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.